Peace, peace. Welcome back to the Space Beyond Infinity where there are no limitations. I'm the spirit out of this world, missing out back with another vlog. Hi, y'all. Today I decided to wake up, get myself ready, and I came to have me a little bit of time in the foresty walking trail by the house. So I'm just out here chilling. Um, and I just figured I would come and vlog, because why not? I'm having a moment alone right now. let's let's express so that we can organize our thoughts and feelings properly, right? Ooh, the birds are in agreement with that. I feel like the universe been like telling me like I need to express more. Like I need to express more. I haven't been expressing. Yesterday I was just thinking about how because Boomy loved to, you know, point out what he's done to help elevate the situation. And he's like, uh, I noticed, like, noticing that I felt pretty in whatever moment it was. And he was like, yeah, see, now you feel pretty. I felt proud because now you're saying stuff like you feel pretty. And before you got here, you was expressing to me that you didn't feel like anything. Like you just didn't feel anything. And first, I just want to say how he's always trying to like get props, get props for his actions, like give him props, and it's like I don't want you to think, even though I didn't really say nothing in the moment, I don't want you to think that, oh, I only feel pretty right now because you came and did something. Like, no, because I noticed that I wasn't feeling pretty, and I decided on my own accord that I was going to do something about it. And that's why I received, $100 from the universe to put towards me buying clothes for myself. Even though I ended up just using that money to buy food, because what he did was when I got that money, I told him to send me money for groceries, so I can spend the money that he sent me on groceries and spend the money that my brother sent me on clothes for myself. And um, I ended up going in to the store, and all I did was buy myself a haircut and a pair of shorts. And then he wasn't answering the phone all that day, and I ended up spending the money that my brother sent me on food because I used half of it already to pay for um, my debt on my Cash App card, because I had to pay that out. Because y'all, look, this is my thinking process, right? The man wasn't trying to help me pay my. I mean, not that he wasn't trying to help me. I didn't ask about it. I didn't say anything about it, but he definitely didn't say anything about it either to try to make it easier for money to be sent my way, because I truly believe that he don't want me to receive money from anybody else, any support from anybody else. Like, it's gonna be like, you take what I give you and work with that. Um, Woman, the type of person like, yeah, like I said, he didn't answer the phone all that day, so I used that money for food, and then he didn't say anything else about like reimbursing me the money for buying myself clothes because I spent it on food. You know, and then what he did was, the day before he came, he popped up on the phone and he was like, do you want to go shopping with me? And I'm like, yeah, cool. And I'm thinking he's just gathering, some of the things that I asked him to bring, such as like shea butter, lavender oil, copper wire, crystals, whatever, stuff for the girls' hair and stuff like that. So I'm just thinking he's talking about that. But no, he goes to Five Below. And he starts picking out clothes for me, and I'm just like, whatever, like, whatever, what the fuck ever. Like, if this is how it's gonna happen or whatever, at least I'm getting new clothes. And So he's picking out clothes for me at Five Below, and then he goes to Marshalls and he get a couple things from there, and Walgreens and get a couple things from there, and then that's the new clothes for me. And it's just like a controlling type of vibe. Um, the way I saw it was, instead of sending me something so that I can go pick out my own clothes, you're going to pick out my clothes for me so that you can control the image. He wasn't like showing me everything, like all of the options around. He was just seeing stuff that he thought was cute and then showing me, like, I think that this is cute. What do you think? They have this in a different color and a different size. And, I'm picking from the options of what he picked out. And it's like you control the whole situation. And then it just was even more funny to me because you went to Five Below to buy me clothes, when I met you, you did all of this stuff talking about how, you know buying clothes from Rainbow and City Trends and stuff like that was just like not it. And how in Detroit, y'all do stuff different and y'all be a little more high class and high. Buying clothes from City Trends is like, that's cheap. That's cheap. And then you always, every time when you're talking about buying something for yourself, you're always like, yeah, because I want quality. I want good quality stuff. I want quality stuff. I have to, go and get a certain brand or something like that because I want a certain kind of quality. And I'm just like, okay, cool. Um, but you went to Five Below to buy clothes for me. Which, I mean, not to say that I'm not grateful for being able to buy clothes, but see, the thing is, he want me to be grateful for the bare minimum. You want me to be grateful for the bare minimum. You want me to be grateful for the bare minimum. Like, we was talking about Women's Day because Women's Day just passed, and like last year on Women's Day we was homeless and we was in the middle of the park with all of our stuff and our children, our newborn, and we're just outside in the street. And I just remember um I remember on that day how he abandoned me so much, y'all. I had just had a baby maybe a month ago, right? We're in the street. We're in the streets right now, I'm painting the scenario. Um, in the streets right now, trying to figure out, you know, where are we about to sleep tonight? How can we get the money? Blase, blase, blase. I'm trying to figure that out. And um and we're sitting there and I'm with the kids and I'm letting the kids, just chill out, whatever. We're just chilling. We're trying to figure out, what money's gonna come through so we can pay for our hotel room for the night. Cause that's pretty much what we were doing, like living day by day. Like we was like waking up, figuring out where we were moving all of our shit to so that we can sit there and wait to see if we're going to get money, how we're going to get money, and what the fuck ever, so that we can pay for our hotel room that night. Like, we would pay for a hotel room that night, and if we only had enough for just that night, we would go sleep in our hotel room, wake up from our hotel, pick the spot that we were going to sit at, take all of our shit to that spot, sit there and try to figure out how we're going to get money for the hotel room for the next night, right? So this is what we're going through. So at this point, we're just sitting in the park and it's getting late. We don't have no money for our hotel room right now. We're just trying to figure it out. And it's funny because we ended up getting money for the hotel room at like 12 at night, 12 a.m. And we couldn't get a hotel room because it was 12 a.m. and no hotels were doing check-ins at 12 a.m. So, um, but anywho, we're sitting in a park and the kids are running around playing, and it's Women's Day, so there's like 100 women rallying at the park for their rights, and then there's this biker, gang. There's biker gangs collectively coming together that night just to be out. I don't really know what they had going on, but they was out there and we was just sitting there, and it was like, kind of like divine. Like, wow, all of these women. We was just trying to see the divinity in the moments, right? And now all of a sudden these women, they came up to me and they came up to the kids, and then they started handing the kids money and stuff like that. And each one of them gave the kids some money, right? And as we're sitting and we're chilling, no, we're sitting there, we're chilling, and then these two individuals walk up to us, this woman and this man, and then they're like asking us, "Are we okay? Do we have anywhere to go? Do we have anywhere to sleep tonight?" Blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, "Yeah, we're waiting for our money to come into our account right now so that we can go and pay for our hotel room." And she's like, "Well, if your money doesn't come, then do you have somewhere to stay?" And I'm like, "Well, no, we don't." And I'm trying to, talk, in a way to like just handle the situation to where if we can get help, we can receive the help that we need, but not put ourselves in a troublesome situation, you know? So I'm like, talking to them. And then that's when Boomy finally came back from, I don't even know where the hell he was even at that point in time. But yeah, he finally came back, and I'm trying to explain to him what's going on with the people. I'm trying to give him a quick rundown because they stepped off to the side, right? Okay, so as I'm talking to the two people, the man and the woman, that's when the 4 or 5 ladies had approached the kids, and they're talking to them. And so I have both these situations going on. I have the ladies talking to the kids, and I have this man and this woman talking to me. And I'm trying to talk to the man and the woman, and I give them whatever information I give them, and then they step to the side a little bit, and then the ladies finally come over and they start talking to me a little bit and telling me how beautiful the kids are and blase blase, and they handing the kids money and stuff. And then that's when Boomy returns, and I'm trying to give him a quick rundown of what my interactions with all of the people. And I'm just trying to give him as much information as I can before the man and the woman come back over. And then they come back over, and he's still like, not fully informed on what's going on, but he knows enough. And then he's just like, I'm just like trying to talk to him and explain to him what's going on, and like asking him his opinion. Because they come back and then they're like, well, we have this place, you know, they have emergency living, emergency like sleeping, whatever. I don't know. It was like a little emergency home sleeping something, for the night that we can go to for the night if we needed it. And they're just trying to figure out, if we need it. And I'm talking to Boomy, and I'm trying to get his opinion on the situation. And he's just like, I don't know you. I don't know them. I don't know anything. I'm just here. And I'm just like, we're 2 parents together out here with our 3 children on the streets trying to figure out, like, you can't give me any kind of input. I don't know. I mean, he didn't really just sit here and be like, I don't know you. I don't know them. I don't know any. But that's just pretty much his whole attitude towards the entire situation. Like, I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. Whatever. You started talking to them. You handle that shit. Like, he just kind of threw it all on me. And Boomy does that, like, especially when we get into situations like when we're in a situation like we've been on the streets, it's like total abandonment. Like, he's so in his, oh, I can't provide and I can't get us out of this situation as a man. So I'm totally useless, and you cannot depend on me for anything other than going to get food or moving shit from here to the next. And it's like, bro, like, in the in the moments where I'm the most like vulnerable and weak, you completely and totally abandon me. Like, I'm in a situation where I just had a baby 3 weeks ago. I get kicked out of my house. I have to throw away the majority of my stuff. I'm on the street with my 2 toddlers and my newborn. And the man who helped produce these children and this situation is completely abandoning me in this moment. And it's like, y'all, like, I carry so much trauma from my experience being pregnant. Like, all of my pregnancies, he's done some shit to me, but I just feel like with Yajurda, that was the worst, and I swear I would never have another child with him because I feel like he would just like take it to the next level. I feel like every pregnancy he's like leveled up on the shit he's done to me and put me through. Like, I'm literally pregnant with Yajurda. Everything's fine. I'm in my home. I'm chilling. He's in Detroit. He's working. He's doing the same thing he's doing right now. So I'm trying to figure out why when he came to Mexico, he had all of $2,000, 1,000 of which was my money. Like, how did you come with only $2,000 when you was working like how you're working now for months and didn't have to give me anything at all for months? So if you right now are working the same amount of time you were working, if you're right now working the amount of time that you're working and you're putting in the amount of energy and effort that you're putting in right now, and you can afford to pay a $550 rent, pay for all of the bills, pay for us to eat every single day, and then pay for whatever extra things that we might need, and pay for your daily living expenses. How in the world, for my entire pregnancy with Yajurda, were you in Detroit working the same amount of time, doing the same amount of things, not paying me a single dime of this money because I have my own, and I'm also sent you at least $4,000 out of the money that I did have for your endeavors, and you come to Mexico with only $2,000, 1,000 for me, and 1,000 out of whatever you collected on your own accord, which is probably half. Half of that was probably what I had sent him. Who knows if he even, you know, had money from himself in that time. Like, how? And then spent all of the money and didn't say anything about not having absolutely anything to pay for rent until the day that rent was due. And then couldn't come up with anything to help keep us in the freaking apartment. I mean, he did. He came up with like $500, but that was like after a week and a half, 2 weeks of us like facing eviction. Like, that was just crazy to me. I don't even get it. Like, that was so hard for me because I'm about to have a baby, and now I don't know if I'm going to be able to be in the home that I acquired to have this baby in. And if I'm not in this home to have this baby in, I don't even have enough money to go to no hospital and pay for that. And I'm not leaning on my family. I'm not leaning on anybody for support. You're the only person that I feel like I could even turn to in this moment. And you're fucking abandoning me. And not only this, I'm dealing with whatever. Like, now I don't trust you. I don't trust you. I'm looking at you, whatever. Like, bro, it's so much shit that I guess I haven't truly unpacked because I haven't expressed it to him. I have not expressed how I feel to him about majority of the shit because you know what? He groomed me and trained me to not express myself. Like he groomed me and trained me and took control of my expression when we first got together. And looking back now, I can see how he took advantage of me. It's like, but I knew it then while it was happening. It was just like a, it was just like a, oh, you talking too loud to me, or the way you're talking to me, the way you're saying it, like you're coming off too aggressive. Can you talk to me with a softer tone? And then when I talk to him with a softer tone, why are you talking to me with a soft, like, why are you talking to me like you're scared to speak to me? Like, just say it. Say whatever you want to say. But then when I say something not too aggressive and not too soft and perfectly like in the medium, perfectly like I am confident in what I'm expressing, and I am not expressing it in a harsh manner, and I am not, then that's a problem. And it's like, okay, well, how the fuck do I talk to you if me being confident in what I'm expressing is being too it's like you don't want me to speak to you like I'm afraid to talk to you. You don't want me to speak to you aggressively. You don't want me to speak to you in a balance of the two. Like what? And then the voice tone is the problem. Then it's not what you said, it's how you said it. And then it's like it's not how you said it, it's what you said. And then it's like, while you're pregnant with our daughter, I'm gonna choke you up and put blockages in your throat chakra. And it's like, it's my expression. And if you've been here and you've been listening to my videos and you've been listening to me express my experience with this man, you will see it very clear as day. Like, I have a problem with my expression, and all of that surrounds my relationship with him. I'm afraid to express what I think and what I feel because of I've done it. And then it's either he's playing a victim or he's turning the fuck up on me. Because in our beginning of our relationship with Boomy had a thing where he just like raged out on people because he didn't like the circumstances. He didn't like the way things played out. He didn't like the way somebody said something to him. So he would just rage out on them. He would just rage out on them. And then it got to a point to where, he started doing that to me. And then I would like start standing up for myself. Like, no, you're not going to talk to me like that. I refuse to be dominated. And so that's why it'd be like yeah, I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to play it safe. And I'm going to push you a little bit here. I'm going to push you a little bit there. And now he's just trying to get more masterful and more tactful in how he's going about manipulating me mentally and emotionally. And still trying to suppress my communication. Like, I was just kind of like on edge. I was getting to a point to where I was starting to boil over, and then I was going to express how I felt, and he took the initiative to bring up the conversation. But the way he did it was he took over so that none of the concern can be expressed from my end. It's like I'm going to take the power of your expression away from you. Now you don't get to express what it is that you're feeling. You don't get to express that. He comes to me like, yeah, I haven't been listening to you. That's how it starts, right? I'm going to hook you in by telling you that you're actually right this time, right? Haven't been listening to you. I feel like you've expressed multiple times over, even throughout the years, that, this isn't really working for you, and that you're not really interested in trying to work on, like, a romantic type of relationship with me, and that you really rather focus on, co-parenting and blase, 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 right? He starts to bring up all of this stuff that I have expressed to him. And he's like, this is something that you've been expressing to me for years. It's not just something new. So whatever. And it's like, okay, you taking control of it. And so I'm just like listening. I'm like, let me listen. So, because I want to hear the truth, because I know the game. I know when you bring up something like this and you tell me that I'm right, there's the manipulation at play, and you're trying to manipulate me. And so let's just listen. So you're telling me that I'm right. You're trying to give me all of my, but I'm listening and I'm seeing how you're trying to dance around and skip around, taking accountability for the way that you've hurt me. See, the thing is, every time I bring up what Boomie has done to me, he wants to bring up what I have done to him to justify his actions. And it's always, well, you left me and you made me feel emasculated because we couldn't go along with what I was deciding, and blah, 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 blah. And it'd be shit that, like, tit for tat type of shit. Like, you saying that you did that to me because I did something to you, when really all of my actions were in defense of myself. Like, I left you multiple times because you weren't treating me properly. But every time I bring up something about how you hurt me, you're throwing it in my face how I left you so many times, and I hurt you because I left you so many times. But I left you because you hurt me. Why can we never get to the fact that you hurt me? So I left you, and you refuse to change how you behave with me. So I keep fucking leaving you. But see, the thing is, I keep taking you back without you taking accountability. And this time I'm not trying to do it. And it seems like every time, the last few times I brought up, like, I don't want to be in a relationship with you, he always brings it back to, we should just work it out, or we should just be together. And it's just like, I get to a point to where I don't want to talk about it no more, because I don't want to be confrontational. I don't want to dive into. But let's do it. I think I need to. I need to. I have to. Let's get confrontational. If that's what we need to do in order for you to respect my fucking boundaries that I keep trying to place. Because even though we had this conversation about you finally understanding me, finally listening to whatever, the very next day when we woke up and you saw that I was naked, this is my fault because I should have never been naked around you. What's the first thing you do? You point out my vagina and how it looks good to you. And later that day, we can still, I could still bust down the booty cheeks or something like that. I don't know. Like, he's basically asking, like, we could still fuck, right? He's asking this on his way out the door to try to be all casual and nonchalant and joking about it, right? He try to act like I don't see him, but I do see you. But I just don't be saying nothing because it be the confrontational shit. And it's like, I gotta stop being afraid of this man because I'm not afraid of him. Like, I gotta stop acting like I'm afraid to speak because I'm not afraid of him. Like, I'm not afraid of him. I'm not afraid of him. And if he ever decided he wanted to put his hands on me again, then that will be the fucking day he fucking dies. Especially if 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 he do it while my kids is present, because I'm going on fucking savage beast mode, and I'm not. I will never allow nobody to attack me while I'm present with my kids, and I don't have nobody there to help. Like, I'm going into savage mode. You're gonna have to fucking, I'm gonna stab you, and I'm gonna understand what my cousins and my aunties felt when they decided they wanted to go towards their man with weapons. Like, I'm gonna finally understand it. But so I'm not afraid of him, and I'm not afraid of him, and it's not just that. I'm really not afraid of him because I know God got me. I know that God loves me, and I know that God would never allow me to be hurt to a point to where I can't care for my children on my own, or I can't, you know, hold out until my actual family gets present to assist me in taking care of my children. Like, I know God will never put me in that situation. So I'm not afraid of that. But like I said, it's been years of manipulation and training me to be afraid to speak. And in that has, that is the biggest, because my voice is the biggest gift from God that I have outside of my children. My voice, it's healing. That's why people come to me. That's why people want to hear me talk. That's why people want to hear me speak. That's why I was born into a musical family. That's why my voice is very beautiful. When I sing, people want to listen to me just talk. Like, my voice is very powerful. So to be able to come in and crush my expression, and since I'm not expressing myself, that's when I get into the space and the place of, like, I don't feel like anything. I just feel like a person. I don't feel like me, or I don't really know. I don't know. Like, I just feel like I need more, like, connection with self. I feel disconnected with myself because I'm not expressing myself. How do I know who I am if I'm not expressing who I am? How do I know who I am if I'm not expressing who I am? And that was the point of this whole spiel. Like, how do I know who I am if I'm not expressing who I am? So just expressing myself more. But I felt like I couldn't express myself because I wasn't looking the way I wanted to look and whatever. So just coming on here and doing my vlogs has helped me a lot. And I feel like I need to be as consistent with that as I can be. And so I'm going to just keep doing it because, like, it's needed. It's helping me. It's helping me. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my expression. I'm grateful for my space that I've made for myself. It's so crazy. It's so crazy, but things is changing. Like, I really felt yesterday, I was just really sitting with, like, the fact of how disconnected from my family I am. And I was just trying to, like, wonder to myself, like, is it that I'm focused on myself right now? I mean, I am, I know. Like, I can't see anything beyond the hurt, this situation with the father of my children. I can't see anything beyond that. And it just feels like, as long as this goes on, where we're not in a certain space, like, I'm not going to be able to move forward into having healthy relationships with other people. Having a healthy relationship with myself, having a healthy relationship with my children, having a healthy relationship with my family members. I can't accept them. I can't open up. I feel like I can't until I deal with this. until I deal with this. But I need love. I haven't felt a real love like the love I know I've received from my family for my entire life. I haven't felt a real love like that in years. And I miss my family, and I miss being loved, and I miss feeling love, and I miss the connection. But I don't know how to make that connection. I don't know how to make that connection without dealing with this first. This unhealthy. I don't know. So I'm just working. I'm just working on it. I'm finna get out of this forest because these mosquitoes is tearing me up. That's why I'm walking around, because first of all, it's just people here, and I'm just looking for a space to be by myself. But also, like, I'm just trying to move around because the mosquitoes is trying to get me. But wow, there's a really, really pretty blue bird over here. I wonder if I can get it on camera. Look, they all over here, but wow. You see them? My phone is dying, so I can't really see. But anywho, I'm gonna go ahead back because I know my girls is probably waking up at this point. So thank y'all for being present. Thank you for your energy. You have a beautiful, wonderful, magical, and amazing experience. Peace.